I'm here with Stu. He's the CEO of Infiniscene, and he's here to show off what they're doing today.
Yeah, so effectively what we've built is a broadcast studio in the cloud. The simplest way I could say it is, think Google Docs for live streaming. So because it's all in a browser, you can have multiple people contributing to the production of this. And it's much more approachable for new streamers. A lot of software out there right now to stream on Twitch or YouTube is pretty complicated. It's not that it's bad software, it's just unapproachable, you know. And so what we tried to do is just make it as approachable as possible. And our average time from somebody with no experience in live streaming to streaming their first stream is about 4 to 5 minutes instead of weeks of, you know, YouTube videos, learning and setup and frustration.
Yeah, so, you know, obviously the biggest streaming service is like OBS and those things.
Yep.
So besides being a lot easier, what else kind of differentiates Infiniscene from places like OBS or XSplit or those places?
Yeah, so like I said, so you log in with your Twitch, YouTube, or Hitbox account, and it drops you into this editor. But the cool thing you'll start to notice is that when you go to add devices, you can add devices from other computers than your own. So you could say stream with a friend. And without having to Skype each other, capture that, put that into the editor, and do all that, you can just add his webcam, and then her webcam, and then your whole podcast assembled up there, and see them all on the same stream. And because it's in the cloud, we can also stream to multiple channels simultaneously. So if you're collaborating with another streamer, instead of having to host their channel and not really get anything out of it, or use some other outside service, we can actually just stream to both of your channels at the same time, even though you're doing one stream.
So will it be split screen or something like that?
Yeah, so you can see here that I have a webcam already added. And if I wanted to add a second webcam, I'd go to video devices right here. You can see I have 2 computers connected to this account. And then I could click this one. Now this one may show up a little funny because this computer's webcam is in this box down here, but it'll show up. But yeah, you could add, yeah, exactly. So you could add an overlay, say a webcam frame. Oh yeah, here it is inside the, but yeah, you could put them side by side. And then maybe you have another scene set up down here where you have your show's about to start. So all your scenes are down here along the bottom. You can see they're all visually represented. Again, much easier to understand. This is what the blank canvas looks like, and adding a window or Twitch alerts or anything else is very, very straightforward, and it's all in a drag and drop editor that almost anyone can understand.
And so I'm assuming, obviously, that you can connect to Twitch, but what other streaming services does it work with?
Yeah, so actually right here you can see that we have 2 Twitch accounts connected to this account. You can also connect to YouTube or Hitbox. And so if you're a streamer that wants to go on all 3 platforms at the same time, you could do that. You can stream to multiple channels from the same platform. But yeah, it's Twitch, YouTube, and Hitbox right now. We're hoping to be able to add a Zubu soon, and then support for Beam, which is another up-and-coming platform. Beam Pro. It's another, yeah. But.
And so one of the problems that I had when I first started Twitch was that my video card wasn't powerful enough to stream it. So is that, how can we get around that with this, especially with the dual, screens and all of these other things going around?
So, like I said, most of this is happening in the browser. There's a little app that sits in your system tray. And what that does is sends us your, say, webcam or your game. It varies from setup to setup on how much resources it saves. We've seen some people enjoy about half as much as OBS. It only uses up half as much. And we've seen other people say it uses exactly the same. It really depends on how you set it up, but it can save you resources. Over the summer, we'll be launching a new client that's actually much more capable of reducing the load on the local machine. But we definitely, one of our friends, Strawberry Shortcake, I guess we'll give her a shout out, she's started streaming herself cooking. And she has a laptop that she calls the Potato because its specs are not that great. And the Potato actually was able to stream using our software. So
in terms of, just seeing the live stream, would you say that you've noticed any issues with like lag or, is it synced up?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're processing live video, any of the guys in the space and have done this before can tell you it's not easy stuff. And we've definitely been improving. This time last year, we're definitely miles behind where we are now. We now push out 720p, 30 frames a second. It looks great. We're about to launch 60 frames a second soon. There's a little bit of latency, but not one that would affect the majority of maybe the upper echelon of streamers. But for the rest of us who just got started streaming or running a show, it's measured in single-digit seconds that it adds to in terms of what we add. Of course, if you're not a partnered streamer, you don't have the transcoders, you're like 20 seconds or so. We add a little bit, but not much. No.
And then mean, you kind of had a demo here,
Yeah.
but
So what I can show you is that adding a webcam is as simple as this.
Elgato on there too.
Yeah. So you can see this is the webcam actually from that computer over there. Yep, so they're connected there, and then we need a game, so let's grab the display. And you can see I have two different computers hooked up here, but I'm going to grab the display from him playing the game. Now you notice I just covered up my webcam. Over here in the menu, all you have to do is just drag it to reorder.
So just like different layers like you would in Photoshop.
Exactly. Exactly. So anybody who's used something else can clearly see that we've not tried to make this more complicated, but used something that they're familiar with. And then I'm going to add a graphic here. You can see this, like it snaps to the edge. Resize that right underneath here, and you're ready to launch this scene. And we can name this our in-game scene, maybe add another one for Be Right Back.
How easy, you can just like click on each one and it'll show up. Like how easy is it to switch between all of these scenes? Because I know in OBS you can just like click down and it'll, you know, if you want to switch between front-facing camera, larger, smaller.
So you just click the scene, and once you hit go live, you'll have an update live button, which means you can edit the whole scene and your users won't see anything until you hit update live. So it acts like a preview out monitor. Same thing, you could switch to scene 2, make a couple changes that you want to, you know, for your viewers, and then hit update live, and that's how you switch scenes. But you don't have to make changes. But we also have a phone app that I could show you, and effectively what it allows you to do, it works like a remote control. So you can open up this phone app, and it has all your scene tiles showing right there. You can put it next to your keyboard, so you don't have to hit any hotkeys or anything. You just tap on the scene that you know you need and switch. And then you can end the broadcast from there, and you can also talk to our support team from inside of the app or from inside of the phone app as well. And so if you ran into trouble, hey, my scene's behaving weird, we have live chat support for all our users, which is something I don't think anybody else offers right now.
So you were saying that right now you do 720p, 30 frames a second. You're looking to go into 60 frames per second.
Yep.
Is there any, you know, looking into doing 1080p, going up to 4K?
Yeah, 4K is a little crazy. 4K is definitely a little crazy. I think only Hitbox does it right now, and I don't know many people that would be able to actually download and watch it. But the goal with the reason why we're locked in at 720 right now is actually because we're in open beta. We provide a service. It's a little different than other broadcasting software because we do all the compositing and layering on our servers. So every time somebody uses it, it costs money. So while we're free and in open beta, we wanted to keep it relatively manageable. Still HD though. When we go out of open beta and we officially launch the product, we'll definitely have 1080p options, and we've been testing that.
And when are you planning on launching?
When we feel that it's worth paying money for. In my opinion, I don't like, I've done product development for years. I used to run global marketing for SteelSeries. I don't believe in selling a product that I'm not 100% on. And I think we're really close. I think we built something great for new streamers. I'm really excited. There's little tweaks that I have to make for me to be ready to ask somebody for their credit card.
And so this is going to be paid. So how would you be competing against other things that are free?
Well, we wouldn't be. We provide a much better product than I think. A free product is always great. It contributes to the community. We're really close with the OBS guys. One of the number 2 engineer from OBS that wrote the browser plugin is on our team. So we have a really close relationship with the OBS guys. And I think what their team has done is provided 70% of Twitch streamers with a way to get started. We're trying to do the same. We'll have a trial period so you can test out streaming. Is this something I want to do? And then paid features that go, you know, beyond that. But
would that be like a one-time payment? Would it be like a monthly service payment? How would the structure be?
yeah, with us, since you're not downloading it and just using it whenever you, we provide, like I said, a service. So every time you're compositing and layering video, so it'll be a monthly subscription. But with that comes, every time you log into our product, you're on the latest and greatest. There's no downloading updates and all that. There's live chat support. So we're much more hands-on, I think, with our customers, or will be when they're paying customers. Right now, everyone's using us for free, but we'll provide, I think, a different layer of service that most people don't. And because we're doing a lot of that layering and compositing in the cloud, you know, there is an element that you know what you're paying for, right? In that sense.
And then, so you were saying that you guys started just recently. What's the backstory from, you know, how did you get started?
Well, not recently, actually. This time last year, I was going to lose my apartment for putting the last dollars I had into this. We really believed in it. We've been working on this actually coming up on 2 years. Yeah. Last summer, we went through the Techstars program in Chicago. Tremendous experience there. One of the top accelerators in the world. That changed sort of our trajectory a little bit. We were able to raise some money. We just hired our 11th employee. been a humbling year for us, to say the least, but only recently did we go into open beta. So in that sense, we're very, very fresh. But the users and the community we've made have been awesome. Even when they have trouble with a different feature of what we had, they go on to say things about how, how much they love us, the team, and the product, and how much they believe in us. And it's been really, I think it's heartwarming to receive. You build something, you feel it's a little scary to put it out there in the public, but people love us and they're excited for what we're going to be.
But you said there was a phone app.
Similar to those scenes, I have them here. So I could put this next to my keyboard and just tap that and it switches scenes. Or I could start and stop the stream from there, and I can even, again, chat with support.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.